Well, good evening, everybody. Just a little impromptu stream from me because, well, I felt like it, pretty much. A couple of things I want to do tonight. The main reason, or the main purpose of the stream is rebuilding the K6-2 system. It is in a old case and an AT case, and I want to repurpose the case for my to be built 486 system. So I need to free the case, and I will be putting the K6-2 system, the Super Socket 7 system, into a normal ATX case, because the motherboard supports both AT and ATX power supplies. So we'll switch it around. But before we do that, I would really like to show you what I've been up to today. I've been quite busy trying to get stuff at least a little bit organized. Well, it felt a bit like, yo Strider! Well, it felt a bit like just moving boxes around from one inconvenient place to another. I've actually made a little bit of progress, so I'm happy with what I achieved. So let me show you what I have done and what I have. I'll be holding up some boxes to the camera. This is my big box of memory. It has a bag of SDRAM 133. It has a tiny bag of 30-pin memory modules, a really big bag of PC100, so 100 MHz SDRAM. Also a very big bag of 72-pin SIM modules in all kinds of sizes and shapes. There's also a very big pile of DDR400 and some miscellaneous memory modules, which I have to figure out what they are and if I have a use for that. So I've been sorting that more or less. I really don't want to go about and test them all, because that will be a big job. So I'll just test them when I need them, not sooner or later. I have this box. This is my my CPU box, which contains something along the lines of 30 CPUs, from 386 to up to a Pentium 4, and a Phantom 2 is in there somewhere. I recently got my hands on some more Pentium 2s and a Pentium 3 all slot ones, so I'll be using those sometime. Most of this hardware still has to be tested, so that's all going to be some stream content. This is my sound card box. A little low on content, actually. There's some ISA cards, Sound Blaster 16. I've got some PCI Lives. It's one or two special sound cards I have. There's the original Sound Blaster Pro, which is actually in the K6-2 system. And there's this one, which I wanted to show you. It's also an ISA card. It is. Now I need to look it up, the correct name, so I don't screw you over with naming it wrong. It's the Audio Wave Platinum 60, which is a pretty nice ISA sound card with a real OPL3 synth on it. That one. A Jazz multimedia and a CS multimedia chip. So that's a pretty nice find. It will probably end up in the DOS PC. that's all for the future. Next, we have more boxes. A lot more boxes, actually. This is my my box of goodness, my box of museum pieces. There's a TNT 2, there's a Voodoo 2, there's a Radeon 9800 Pro. There's a really old Elsa Victory Eraser. And 2 Voodoo 3 cards are in there. There's a Tseng ET6000 AX card in there. Boxes, all the boxes. Been doing a lot of boxing today. Inboxing and unboxing. This is my box of PCI video cards. There's some ATI cards, a couple of Matrox cards. Yeah, nothing too special, really. It's just cards I need to test and eventually maybe sell, hopefully. This is a bit of a weird box because it doesn't really fit into my retro streaming hardware. Or, yeah, these are all PCI Express cards. So there's a GTX, what is it? No, 7300 GT. And another one. There's 2 8800 GTs, which I got from Nightdweller. A Radeon X1650 Pro and some other PCI Express cards. I actually managed to find me a motherboard with PCI Express so I can test them without having to put them in my actual gaming PC. So that will happen sometime. And then there's, well, this. This is a very heavy box. This is the AGP box. And I think this is about 40, maybe 30 to 40 graphics cards. Some of them very interesting, but the real interesting cards I've put in the museum pieces box. So I won't be too sad when these cards get handled a bit wrong. As you can see, I just piled them up. No, there's no cats here, unfortunately. I'm really a cat person, but the missus is allergic as hell. Well, there's also a lot of motherboards, but they're not in a box yet, so kind of hard to show. I've been organizing the cupboards. Wait, maybe let's see if I can put you on the mobile camera real quick. See if we get this to work. Yeah, there we are. Now get the orientation right. So there's the cupboard with the cases, little joysticks, some power supplies, and my new, relative new CRT monitor. A lot of Legos, and I've been organizing this one a bit. There's a couple of games. There's a temperature and fan controller, the Hard Cano 9, and a lot of storage. We'll be needing one of these, so I'll get them while we're here. I'll be putting this one, this LG 52x CD-ROM, into the K6-2 system. There's some hard drives, more SATA hard drives, which I won't be using, and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, say hi to yourself. Hello. Let's move you back to the normal scene. So a bit of a tour there. So let's get to dismantling the system, shall we? Is audio good, by the way? Forgot to check. Got my trusty box of screws here. Hip? What is hip? Let's put this unit on the side. Another reason why I want to remove the system from this case. And I'll probably leave the power supply in here because we'll need a... I think we need... Let's check it real quick. I think we need a... Yep. Thanks. We'll need an AT power supply for the 486 board, but let me check real quick where my Zeta board went. There's too much stuff here. That's the wrong Zeta. I've got multiple Zetas. That's also not the right one. Where did you go? There you are. Now, that one only has AT power supply, so we'll need to leave the AT power supply in there. So we can just leave it, I think, without too much hassle. Let's start by pulling some cables, some cards. Let's remove the sound card from this one. This should be the Sound Blaster Pro. Yes, there you can see it's the CT1600, which is the original Sound Blaster Pro 2.0. Which is a pretty nice card. And that's actually becoming a pretty valuable card as well. People are paying up to 100 euros for cards like this in good working order. Let's pull the video card as well. The PCI Tseng Labs ET6000, considered by a lot of people as one of the best 2D video cards, the ones with the crispest image. So there you go. As you can see, these modules were actually replaceable or insertable. Actually, you could have cards with different memory amounts. They could actually add memory or replace memory later in the later state. Then the next thing to remove is this compact flash to IDE adapter, which is a modern convenience, really, because yeah, even though I have the hard drives, I don't really want to be using old spinny discs anymore, because they are well, pretty unreliable, and this is easy to swap out. The compact flash card. Let's pull the expansion ports. As you may know, motherboards from back then didn't have all that much ports actually on their I/O shield. Most of them only had the keyboard connector. And round to the big round one. So they had to use these breakout panels to actually accommodate all the other connectors. This one actually has a PS2 mouse board, a serial port, and most of them came with at least 2 serial and 1 parallel port breakout. And this one actually has an extra, which is the PS2 mouse, and here's the parallel and the other serial port. Let's pull out the IDE cables, of which I recently came into a huge amount, so I will never be short on IDE cables ever again, or floppy cables, or SATA cables for that matter. Let's see, I might be able to show you real quick. Let me grab my big bag of cables. It's really big bag of cables. This is my big bag of cables. You can see there's tens, if not hundreds, well, not hundreds I guess, but should be at least 50 cables in here. Nice little bag. Actually had a huge pile of boxes which were used to ship all these components to me here in the attic. I'm in my little, as I call it, my man attic. I don't have a man cave, but I have a man attic, which well, was kind of getting overflowing, so I cleaned a lot of those up today as well. Kept a lot of boxes because I will be hopefully selling some stuff eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, let's see. I will be wanting. You know what? Let's just remove everything. Is this Molex floppy extension? Let's just remove it all, because why not? Let's see what we'll use for the 486 when we get there. Not sure if that's going to be the next system I build, or I'm just going to do some more testing first, because there is a lot to test. Some people might call me a hoarder. Flip you over. So I can quickly. Where are they? Remove the screws on the other side. Okay. Sorry, the Dutchie came through there a bit. Huppakee is really something we Dutchies say when we do stuff. It's like the English. There you go. I think my Dutch accent really comes through as well. So, well, yeah. What you gonna do, right? I am a Dutchie and I will have to live with that. And so will you, if you stay here. So I was really doubting whether I was going to do another TIE Fighter stream or this build. But since I'm actually playing TIE Fighter on this... Oh, there comes the sound of the cable. Since I'm actually playing TIE Fighter on this system, I wanted to, well, do the system first before doing more TIE Fighter. Can I push the floppy out? Yes, we can. Get over here. Oh, it's stuck. Why is it stuck? Why is this floppy stuck? Oh, and off came the entire front panel. Let's put it back in. I've been screwing around a bit with the power button the other time when building it, because these these units, these power supplies, these AT power supplies, as you can see, they come with a fixed power button. So if you want to build them into a case, you need to put the power button in the right place. Oh, I don't mind being me at all, Raz. I just know I can sound pretty Dutch. In my 46 years, I've quite come to terms with being me, so yeah. Me is just who I am and who I will have to be. Can't be anybody else, can I? That's not what the stream is about anyway. I just want to be me, do things I like, and hopefully entertain one or two of you with doing what I like. I'm going to do it anyway, so might as well stream it, right? And they should really bring this back, but I think I mentioned that before. AT cases always had removable back plates, motherboard trays. So let's pull out the annoyingly tight, often at least, AT power supply cables. Let's pull out all the, you can't see them, right? Pull out all the front panel cables. And I'll do the power supply some other time, so this case can go away for now. Let's remove the board from it. The motherboard tray. It's really kind of tricky to handle the stream delay as a streamer. I'm used to it as a viewer, but as a streamer I still have to find my way around it. This actually is a very, very useful motherboard. As you can see, it has, maybe as you can see, but I will show you in a bit. We get all the screws. Yes, we did. So this motherboard tray can go fuck right off. Excuse me. We have both 72-pin SIM slots, and I think they are 168-pin. I'm not sure, but DIMM SDRAM modules. SDRAM is also single density, I think SD stands for. Single data rate, that's SDRAM. And DDR is double data rate. Yeah, that's it. And it has 3 ISO slots, 3 PCI slots, and an AGP slot. So it's really, really pretty functional. 2 IDE slots, a floppy connector, the parallel port, 2 serial ports, a mouse connector. That's the mouse connector actually. This is an audio connector, I think. And we have, well, both the ATX and the AT power supply, which I will have to check if I need to set some jumpers if I change that power supply. And the best thing about this one is the dip switches for the CPU setting, which makes this a really good and fun board to work with. Contrary to say, my FIC 486 board. Let me grab it real quick to show you what I mean. This is my FIC board, socket 3 board for 486 CPUs, and it has jumpers there, a lot of jumpers there, jumpers there, and more jumpers over there. So it's really, I don't know if I mentioned those already, but yeah, in order to get the front side bus speed and CPU multiplier correct, you need to set a lot of jumpers. So yeah, yay for dip switches. Yeah, and even more yay for modern BIOS and UEFIs, which auto-detect the CPU and fix things for us. Then again, there's something about overclocking a CPU by flipping a jumper. So, well, that one is dismantled. Let's grab the new case and see where we are going to put it into. It's not my prettiest case, I must say, but that's okay. I can do things. I've got a pretty case and I've got a not so pretty case. But I'm not sure. That is the power button on that one. What do you say? Pretty case or less pretty case? So, want me to show you what options you have? Let's move to the mobile cam once again. Yeah, proper way around. It's either this one, which is the not so pretty option, but nicely aged yellow beige, or it's this one, which is actually a, as you can see, a Pentium 4 case, but it's a prettier one. I think I want to go for the prettier one, actually. Let me shut you down again. Yeah, because this PC will see a lot of work. A lot of the games I want to play on stream will be run on this machine. So let's go pretty. I have. Yeah, that's not for now. Yeah. Later. Let's build the machine first. So it's a big one. It's a big chunker, this case. So should give us plenty of space for everything we need and then some. Let's remove these side panels. I think I bumped the microphone there, excuse me for that. It's a roomy one as well. The only issue with this one is, and I'll show you in a bit, Might not be the smartest choice. Let's flip it over so you can let's remove the other back panel, the other side panel first, if I can. Yes, there we go. This one actually feels pretty new. But yeah, let me show you what I mean. This is what I mean. This system apparently has a fixed, or pretty much fixed, I/O shield, which is going to be an issue because this is our I/O. There's also all kinds of brackets for the serial and parallel ports and game ports actually, but there's no spot for the DIN keyboard connector. So we can remove the unit altogether, which is going to be, I'm not sure how it is actually fixed in there, so leave it open, which will attract quite some dust. I can have a friend of mine 3D print some solution for this, but it won't help us now. But let me check out the other case real quick, because it might actually have the same problem. The issue is I'm actually building 3 AT systems. Yeah, this one just doesn't come with a I/O shield at all. I have 3 AT systems and I have 2 AT cases. And the rest is ATX. So we'll need to move one of the systems to an ATX case, because I want a Pentium 200 MMX system and the 486 system to be in a AT case, because that makes a little more sense. Let's see if we can get this thing out. It should be removable. I don't think those are rivets. But I'll need a flathead screwdriver, so let me go and see if I can find one. I can. There we go. That was what I expected. It just dips in there with some notches. So that will mean we'll be leaving it open, which is okay, I guess. But let's fit in the motherboard. Because if we want to use all the slots, we'll need to fit it in right here. It's not the prettiest solution, but we'll have to make do, I guess. These things are actually, this case comes with its own standoffs. Let me see real quick if the motherboard tray is removable. I don't think it is. Nope. It's solidly in place. But these are actually standoffs, which should be able to squeeze out and put back in a better place, because not all of them are in the proper place. I'll need one over there, and I'll need one. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. Ideally over there, but there's no spot for that one. So let's see if I can get that one moved to there. Grab my trusty pliers. Should be able to squeeze them out. There we go. And put them back in over there. All my hard work cleaning has already been negated because I'm already making a mess. Let's see if these are the right screws. Looks like it. It feels wrong. These are actually case screws. And screwing in your motherboard with case screws just feels wrong. But we'll have to do with that. You know what? Let's pull it out again, because I want to fix the front panel connectors first. My big hands, it's going to be quite an issue squeezing in there to get them fixed otherwise. Seeing as this board comes with both a AT and ATX power connector, it should also be accommodating a power switch. But we'll have to look at the manual for that. Let's do that together. I'll go grab the manual real quick. I'll link it to you so you can read along if you would like to. All the connectors are over there, which is expected. And we have some plugs here. We have a speaker, we have a remote switch, we have a reset switch, we have an HDD LED, and not sure what these ones are. Probably a power LED. Let's see about the speaker first. The speaker goes in the top 4 pins over there. Below that is the HDD LED and the turbo LED, which we don't. We do have an HDD LED. Should be the one on the right there. I'm guessing the remote switch is just the power switch, but maybe this case actually came with a remote. It should be the PW2, but that means it doesn't have a reset, which is going to be a little annoying. Well, actually it does, but what is the reset switch? Oh, I think it's actually a button or a what's it called? A fallback. No, I don't know. It's a hole in which you have to stick a sharp object. That's what I was trying to say in fancier words, which didn't quite work out. So let's see if this is actually power LED. It should be, but it's weird that there's 3 pins for the power LED. It's already getting on my nerves a bit. My hands are too big. Shit like this. But with that in place, I have saved myself quite some annoyances. my head for all of you to see. The top of my head at least. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really see the top of my head all that often myself. Do you guys ever look at the top of your own head? If so, how and why? Let's get this thing in place. After that, let's put in the optical and the floppy drive. It should be sorted pretty much. I don't think this one comes with another case fan connector, right? Not that it needs one. It isn't really a very hot system, and with a cooler like this it should be fine. Yet you stream and see yourself all the time, mate. Let's put in all the floppy drive, which doesn't really match the color. Let's see if we have a nicer one. Should help. Snug up to my storage case. This one is, its color fits better. This is interesting. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a SATA power connector, but it's not. So let's hope that one actually works. If not, I have more. And my floppy drive is not really the biggest of my concerns right now, because everything should be running on the system. Don't ever watch your own VODs either, Raz? I see when doing stuff like this, I see my stream all the time, so I see everything I do wrong. Or less right. Yeah, I know the feeling. I think most people actually have that. There's not a lot of people. Well, maybe if you're a singer. I hope so if you're a singer. But I think most people without entertainment jobs. Shame this one is really off color as well, but I don't have a better solution for this. I don't think anybody that's not a singer or something like that is fond of hearing his or her or their own voice. Yeah, toothpaste, retro bright, you can do a lot of stuff, but I have also read about the retro bright stuff, that it's actually in a year or more, it's actually going to screw your plastic over real bad. So yeah, this will have to do. I'm not going to bother with. Looks fine. The floppy fits perfectly well, or except for that one. We'll have to remove the Pentium 4 badge eventually. Not sure where this case comes from. It says Matias Informatica Services, and that's not a Dutch number, so it could come from somewhere Eastern Europe, I would half expect. But great to have you guys around again to watch me fumble about with all this old stuff. Old man plays with old stuff, right? That is the floppy drive in. Once again, I want to hit myself in the head because I forgot to check what jumper the CD-ROM drive is on. With a little bit of luck, it's actually on the drive itself. Excuse me. But you know what? We'll just put it on a second IDE cable, so we won't have to. Let me check with my trusty macro camera real quick. Let's see if there's anything on there. No, there's not. Most of these things, I think, are master slave cable select. Let me check on another drive. This one is actually the other way around. This one has a lot more jumpers, so I'm not going to look at that one. No, it's actually master on the right. It's actually the other way around. Cable select, slave, master. Master of the drives. Let's get a power supply in, shall we? I have a few that are alright, I have a few that are shit. So let's pick a proper one. This is the Power Man, which is not alright. I have an A-open one, which should be fine. And I have a, what's this? Get out of here. A compact one, which is actually an AT one, which I can't use. So new. We'll have to use the A-open one then. Which means I might actually have to get another power supply if I want to get all the systems up and running at the same time. It's actually a reasonably modern one. It's open. It has PCI Express connectors and a couple of SATA ones, but it will suffice for what we're doing. Let's get the orientation right. go in like that. Sitting down for this because my back is also old. And I just had some football practice, so muscles are a bit on the sore side. That is one in. Needs to be moved a little bit up because, yeah, there we go. This thing properly in place. The last one. And how to get some cabling done. First things first, the motherboard ATX plug. Which reminds me, I have to check if there is a jumper I need to set for the ATX or AT. Scanning the manual real quick. Hardware setup, CPU fan, CPU voltage. It can go right up to a K6-3, which is actually the dream CPU I eventually want to acquire for the system. The K6-3 450. Frequency setting. And can go all the way from a Pentium 100 to set K6-3 450 or a Cyrix 6X86 or Cyrix MX or M2, or, which I've never heard from, an IDT Win chip or a Ryze MP6. DRAM, yes. I can actually use both memory types combined. Which is interesting. ID device, floppy drive, power LED, reset, speaker, turbo LED, ID, LED, ATX on off switch, external stuff. Yeah, but I want to know about the power supply, please. think there is an option for that, so it should be fine like this. Let's get a Molex in there. Let's get a floppy power in there. I can't see shit in there. Let's grab the phone flashlights. There we go. That should do it. And let's get to mounting some stuff. We've got two options for the external ports, but I think I'll just put them into the expansion brackets. Yeah, let's do that. This will remove the option to use an HEP card, but I'm not going to use an HEP card in this system anyway. I'll only use the ISA sound card and the PCI graphics card, video card as they call it back then. Not GPU yet, that was later. Is this a proper screw for that one? Yeah. No, or not. Yeah, I can push it right through. See if I can get it out. This is annoying. Let's put a little there. Almost. Go. It's not you. It's going to be one of yous then. Yep. Remember from the last time building this machine, these connectors to the serial, parallel, floppy and ID are getting quite in each other's way quite quickly. So we'll see about that in a bit. Well, that's the ports fixed. I think the video card needs to be in the top PCI slot, because otherwise we'll have issues with the cooler. No, this should work just fine, but let's put in the sound card first, just to see how much space we have to work with. Okay, issue. This card is getting in the way of the. Well, let's slide right alongside them. I should stop hitting the mic on stuff. Sorry for that. Let's put the video card as high as possible so we'll have enough room for the compact flash adapter. Which is really good if we can reach it easily. And it needs a an IDE cable. So let's see. Let's get these things connected first. This is the little PS2 mouse connector. So I try and zoom you in a bit so you can actually properly look at what I'm doing. There we go. Now if only I can still see what I'm doing. Should be able to. This is the these two mouse connectors. Mouse connector. It's an 8-pin grid, but 2 of them are blocked. The center 2 on the top, which makes it easy to align. It only fits in there one way. It only fits in that one. So these are 2 serials. They have a nice notch on the top, so they also only fit in one way. They should be too much in the way of anything. So let's put them in. Gotta work top down on this. Go, that's that. Let's get in the floppy drive connector, which is a rather long one. I wonder why. Well, it doesn't matter really. You go in there, and you, my friend, go in there. Not much cable management going on in the systems like these yet back then. Let's use this one for the compact flash adapter. And let's grab this one for the CD-ROM. The top one is IDE 2, so that's okay. That can be the CD-ROM. Only see something that would be very helpful. Everything is in the way, blocking my sight. So it should go in there. If only. Ah. You are in the way. Let's pull you out real quick. Just make it a little easier for me to align the holes. It's always a hard thing, aligning holes. So let's put in the CF adapter. This one is a bit cheap. As you can see, it's actually scraping off the label because it's not really aligned properly. Or I bent it, that's also a possibility. In. Building a system that had already been built is actually a lot easier than rebuilding from scratch, because I feel like, I hope I don't jinx myself like this, I feel like I don't have to test everything. Is this smart, what I just did? Probably not. But we'll see about getting this in anyway. Come here. There we go, that's the IDE cable connected. Let's find you your proper place in the motherboard. You know what? Let's move this one down one spot, because I might eventually want to. Yo, the face. Good say, mate. We're still building, so you're not late. Not too late, at least. Because I might actually want to use the system to test my Voodoo 2 card once again. Oh, steady, I guess. This is a system I already had working, so I'm just... The only thing I'm doing now is putting it into another case, because I will be needing the case it was in for an even older system. So, if nothing weird happens, this thing should just boot up right away. We run into a little snag with this case because it's actually too new for this system. As you can see here on the back, I don't have a AIO shield because these AT motherboards, it's small, it only comes to here, and they only have this DIN keyboard connector, so there's no IO shield involved at all with these motherboards. And this is actually an ATX case, so yeah, it's a big hole, but it should be fine. Should check it for dust occasionally. So how are you doing, buddy? Having a chill evening or work? I still need to power this unit. It requires a floppy connector, and since we are all out of floppy connectors, we'll be using one of these Molex splitters for this. Get or take? And let's shit. I wanted to say let's put this audio connector for the DVD-ROM or the CD-ROM in. If I can reach it still. Should be able to. It should be right there. I can't see shit. Let's get my fancy phone flashlight in. Hope nobody sends me any messages right now. Here we go. Well, with that installed, I guess it's about time to get the beastie started. See if it starts at all. Let's plug in the VGA capture, the sound plug. Let's grab the keyboards. is it? There. Harder to find now that it doesn't have a proper spot in the motherboard. So put in the mouse, nice serial mouse. I'm guessing we're all old enough to remember ball mice, but like before we had optical mice, mice used to come with these units installed, and these were, well, dirt magnets really. Those could get so dirty. Well, mostly not of the ball, but the rollers. It was on, like these plastic ones. This one's nice and clean. Those things were collecting so much dirt all the time. So that's that. Let's put in the power plug. Flip the switch. And let's move you over to the VGA scene. So you can hopefully see magic happen. There we go. It is powering on. Yeah, I hear a beep. And we have a visual. So yay. Everything working as it should, actually. Everything up and running. We have a mouse, we have a sound blaster, we have a CD-ROM drive. What do we have? We have Doom. Shall we play a little Doom? See if it runs, and if we have audio. We don't. Why do we not have audio? That is because the green. There we go. It's a bit loud, probably. Let's shut down the music. Let's watch me fail at Doom. Because who still remembers the controls, right? There's no WASD here. It's just the arrows. Why? Can we put it on auto strafe? Probably not, right? No. So we actually need to use Alt and moving the mouse forward is actually moving forward, which is pretty annoying. But how's the audio? I hear it very softly in my headphones, but this mouse is also very slow. The moving forward is forward, as it should be, Raz. I forgot everything about this game. Quake is something I still remember, but Doom, no. Should be able to hit him from here, right? I tried to strafe, but I couldn't. Yeah, too late. Should be a secret somewhere, but I don't remember. Was it over there? This is all. Nope. Ow. Yeah. Probably. The infamous nipple mouse. I want my shotty. Where's my shotty? Right. You know what? Enough with Doom. Let's grab my probably extremely legal disc of DOS games. Well, most of them are actually from GOG, because well, all those GOG DOSBox games, you can just extract the DOS software and run it on an old machine, which is awesome for stuff like this. Let's afraid the CD-ROM wasn't working, but it did. It is. Let's see what we have. And most of them running in DOSBox at least isn't, so that's very cool. You know what? Is Xcopy installed? Should be. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to. Oh yeah. Yay for Xcopy. Does anybody know this game? One Must Fall 2097? 79? 97. It's one of my nostalgia vibes. We have an official Sound Blaster Pro running on Pentium or higher level. Let's fire it up. And the sound is gone again. Why is the sound gone? There we go. It's a robot fighter game. The music is... Why is the music? Which is a very fun tournament play option. Let's start a new tournament, shall we? We'll have to do the North American Open first. Oh wait, not a new tournament. I need to new pilots. Let's call it Tormbro. For us, we'll go with the brown-haired girl. Let's put it on medium difficulty. And let's head into the North American Open. We start with a Jaguar. Jaguar is one of the bots. This game has both robots you use to fight with, and you have pilot. And the pilot is, well, who's controlling the robot actually, but their own stats also matter. As you can see, power, agility, endurance. Those are the pilot stats, and the robot has arm power, arm speed, leg speed, armor, and stun resistance. And well, special moves, as you can see, the Jaguar leap. I'm actually pointing at my screen, but you can't see my fingers, so that's not really helpful. Concussion cannon and overhead throw. And let's see if we can actually find some other robots to buy. Trade robot is blank. Let's get a proper color scheme in. Red, secondary, blackish. Let's make it a bit golden yellow. Let's get some training, because we can't afford any robot upgrade kits yet. We'll need some speed at first. Let's grab as much speed as we can. And put in one power. This game worked with directional attacks. You had a punch and a kick button for most of the robots. If you push back and kick, you do a heavy kick. If you push down and kick, you do a down back and kick, you do like a sweep. And when you use forward and punch or kick, you do quick attacks. And special attacks are pretty much like the Street Fighter ones. Like this one has a Jaguar Leap, which is, I think, back down forward punch, and the concussion cannon, which is the other way around, forward down back punch, and the overhead throw is jumping over over the enemy, pushing down and pushing punch, I think. I still remember all of this. I've played this so much. Let's go and fight in the arena.
Ready. Fight.
No! Let's try a... I think a bit of the screen is fallen off, but yeah, the combos are coming back to me. It's a bit slow, so not all the combos are actually working. This arena has that real weird floating ball. If you hit it, fireball jumps up from below the enemy. And there was destruction options, which were kind of like that. This is annoying. The sound cuts out again. Voice the digital devices, the capture device is cutting out. But yeah, you get some decent winnings. So now we can buy a little leg speed for the bot, because, well, yeah, and actually arm speed. No worries, mate. In the sim you can see all of your opponents, and you can see them getting stronger and stronger. And this is for this tournament only. Eventually you'll get into the other tournaments, and you'll hopefully end up being the world champion. So yeah, it's a numbers game from here, but it's also well, getting harder. You need to focus more, get your attacks. We're fighting the same bot twice. Yeah, that was the overhead throw. Beginners are relatively easy. As you can see, especially on medium. But I didn't want to challenge myself too much yet. It also has a normal campaign mode, I would call it, which has you fight several enemies, I think 10 or 12, and eventually face off against a boss. In a special robot, which you can't get yourself in the normal game. In this tournament mode you can get it. See if we can get a trade already. No, we can't. let's get some more training then. We need more speed. I like my speed. There we go. Let's fight one more.
Ready. Fight.
He's using the same bot as I am, Jaguar. This some of you I speak to on a daily basis. You might have noticed me putting in a picture of Rise of the Robots big box. This is actually the predecessor to Rise of the Robots. This was a good game, whereas Rise of the Robots wasn't. Come on, fire your cannon. Idiot. There you go. But yeah, this is One Must Fall 2097. One of my all-time favorites. If I ever find a big boxed copy of this one, I will buy it. Still no robot to trade. Let me show you real quick what a fully decked out pilot would look like. And a katana. What's the speed?
Ready. Fight.
I really like the katana. This is another arena. The spikes come out of the wall here. Which is annoying. The enemy is fighting using an Electra. That was the destruction move for the katana. So that's a bigger pilot, stronger pilot. Let's see if there's anything else on this city worth checking out. No, not Deer it is. But some really ancient games. Let's see if we can get Dune II running. Hey. Okay, hold on. Yeah, don't put Sunblaster Pro. Yes. Yes, use a mouse. Once again, we have no audio. It keeps once audio stops, it would seem. his audio. I do hope some of you have played this. Also, together with Almost Fall, one of the favorites. Let's go play some Harkonnen. Just one mission. Let's see if I can still play it. Because yes, get some spies.
Yes, sir.
The issue with this game is
Moving out.
that
Report.
all
Acknowledge.
troops need
Yes,
to be
sir.
commanded
Moving out.
individually.
Report. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Moving out. Reporting.
And there's been new versions of this, like Dune Legacy, which solves all that, but one of the features that stood by me the most is the music on this game.
Construction
The music
complete.
is awesome, and especially the dynamic music system. Whereas when enemies
Reporting.
approach and combat starts, let's see if we
Affirmative.
can find someone.
Acknowledge.
Warning, enemy unit approaching from the east.
The music changes to a combat tune.
Yes, sir. Infantry. Yes, sir. Infantry out.
And the battle music is just awesome.
Enemy unit
So
destroyed.
the sounds are. Later when you get tanks, the tank cannon. Oh. One of the
Construction complete.
best sound effects, if you ask me.
Reporting. Acknowledge.
Our base is under attack. Our cooling
No.
harvester deployed.
Just ran into my construction yard.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. And you can't deselect units.
Reporting.
You always have to have a
Reporting.
unit selected, which is annoying. I think I also have hundreds of hours in this game back in the day. Later missions were really, really hard. Couldn't make a single mistake, really. Especially once you started. In the beginning, you start just like missions like this. First to go, just mine X amount of spice. After that, you will get to fight the other houses. Eventually, wait, what?
Reporting.
No combat. Okay. After that, you will start to fight multiple houses with multiple bases. So you're always outnumbered. And, you have to make very smart decisions.
Enemy unit destroyed.
The only thing that's bugging me is that part of the screen falls away. And it's nothing in OBS, it's something to do with the capture device. And I don't, since it's a passive one, there's no software for it. And I'm not sure if I can fix that. But yeah, happy the system works. Happy
Reporting.
the games work. Happy to show off some of my my favorites. It's actually more of a 486 game, not necessarily one that should be run on a K6-2. So we'll play this on the 486. This is annoying. The sound cut out again. So it is a capture device, but it works. Mostly. and it just drops out.
Arconin harvester
So
deployed. Your mission
Let's
is
do the mission.
complete.
Oh, come on. Don't. Or it could voice meter, but now that's screwing up. But so look at this next screen, and well, not this one. Tell me what you see. Tell me what this reminds you of. Anybody? This is pretty much what the Command & Conquer screen was also built upon. You know what? Screw this. Let's stop playing this game. I actually have... This was the copy protection from the game. No, I meant Command & Conquer, Raz. The map screen from Command & Conquer. Which was actually a well, further refinement of what they did here. This is the copy protection, and you'll need the manual for this. So if I could just toss in random crap, I will be screwed over. Or this is the correct version, which doesn't screw me over. But yeah, let's quit playing and let's, at the very least, go through the most awesome installation sequence I have ever witnessed, which is the Command & Conquer installation sequence. Let me go grab the discs I just got. Which should run fine on this system, right? Yeah, it requires a 486 SX, MS-DOS 5, 8 megabytes of RAM, Sound Blaster Pro, double speed CD-ROM, 30 megabytes of hard disk space. How much do we have? 320. Let's see if sound still works, because we do want sound for this. It should still work. This is one of the most awesome installation. Where is my Sound Blaster Pro? There it is.
Center. Center.
Well, it works. And after this,
Sound hardware initialized.
the installation
This program will
Actually-
install Command & Conquer to the following directory. If you wish to install to another
has
directory
full
and
voice
apply,
acting.
please type it in below.
Let's put it in. Let's see, games. C.
Thank you.
Thank
Installing.
you.
Please stand by. While you are waiting, please fill out your registration card and send it in.
Look at this. Such an awesome installation process. Such an awesome game as well. The fun part is this game
For
actually
last minute
gave you
changes and notes, please
2
examine
discs,
the README file.
so you could play multiplayer with friends on a LAN. Well, that was fast. Yeah.
Installation complete.
Good. Does the game start right away?
The
Looks
Grand
like it.
Trade Center in Vienna was the 17th urban bombing in 4 weeks, blamed on Nod terrorists.
The Security Commission remains in closed session
Yeah,
tonight
Command & Conquer is
following
awesome.
Nod terrorist actions in Slovenia.
At least your mother tipped well.
Harsh, unforgiving wilderness.
New Tiberium harvesting methods instituted by the Brotherhood of Nod increased
at this.
profitability by 49%.
Awesome 3D renderings.
Nod Tiberium holdings now account for almost half of the world's known
I
supply,
love
giving
Command & Conquer so much more than Red Alert.
incredible
Really.
leverage in the London Gold
I
Exchange.
found the
On the
balance
domestic
was
side,
just that much better. When you had a couple of mammoth tanks, you had quite an army. Whereas in Red Alert, it felt just like units. Just push out as much units as you can.
Cover of Tiberium ignored reporters at Hong Kong's Second World Tiberium Economic Impact
I
Summit.
really loved
Obviously
Red Alert for
expected
its
to refute
silliness,
charges
but
and
Command & Conquer was
scientific
more
that
serious
Tiberium
and
might be dangerous.
yeah, felt more balanced as a game.
As the GDI forces take off in another Nod assault, the free world holds its breath.
Yeah. Seth was just an idiot, but
Drake Burdett, WWN, somewhere in the Mediterranean.
yeah, Stalin was, well, Stalin. This was a scenario that made sense. Whereas Red Alert was just, let's play a mission.
Global
Let's do it.
Defense Initiative selected.
Let's play as the goodies.
Are you picking this up? Good. I know you need more deep background, but we're
And
up
all
against
this FMV stuff.
Nod
I
forces have
love it.
fortified this beachhead at X-16Y42.
Acting was shit.
Intelligence is still coming in, so we
All
can't tell
apart
you a
from
lot.
Kane.
We found a chink in their armor. Commander Carter can sneak you and some backup forces on shore right here. You may get some artillery support from his gunboats, but this is mostly grunt work. Your mission is simple.
Do you have
Knock out all
CNC
fortifications,
Remastered? It's
eliminate
awesome
all
as well.
Nod troops, and establish a beachhead by building your base. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Reinforcements have arrived. New construction options.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roger.
Mouse is annoying.
Moving out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived.
Do you remember
New
the
construction options. Building.
Dino missions? By any chance?
Affirmative. Got it.
find that not a lot of people do actually.
New construction.
They were so hard.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir.
I'll leave my
Yes,
MV
sir.
alone, please.
Affirmative.
Dash V.
Affirmative.
More like, right.
Moving out.
Want to finish off that cannon there.
Affirmative.
Was it always this slow?
Affirmative.
Or is it just on slow setting? Yeah. And the music. Metal Earth also has some great music, but
Moving out.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative.
good old Mr. Klepacki. He also did the music for Dune II, actually.
Vehicle reporting. Moving out. Moving out. Reporting.
A lot of the team that did Dune II is
Acknowledge. Affirmative.
well, in this team.
Acknowledge.
The Westwood guys.
Roger. Moving out. Yes, sir.
No, leave my MV alone. Go, go, go. And away went the sound again. Click. Come on. Let me fix the sound real quick. Because the capture card is being an asshole.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out. Acknowledge. Moving out. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Where'd you guys go?
Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Mission accomplished.
Yay! Not sure where all the concrete came from, but well, we'll give him that. I think this is one of the highest scores I've ever had here.
Ready, shot. Return to base immediately.
And this is, well, as I said, evolution of the Dune mission select screen. This game has some tough missions.
Good job with the beachhead, Commander.
But let's
Time to
shut
bring
you
up to
down,
speed on Nod,
Mr.
so you
Shepard.
know what you're dealing
Can we
with.
shut you down? No, we can't. We have to listen
This
to
is
you,
Kane,
okay?
the self-appointed leader of the Brotherhood of Nod. Stand by, I'll link us up.
Condition critical. Know why Nod had this beach bottled up? They're protecting a big Tiberium refinery that intelligence somehow missed. We need backup now. Nod troops are pouring out of their base, strangling our foothold. We've got to knock out that refinery, eliminate all Nod forces before we lose our position. I don't know how long we can hold out.
You heard the man. What are you waiting for?
Our base is under attack.
But okay, enough of this.
Battle control terminated.
There's one last thing I want to do before calling it a night. Which is something from one of the universes, I guess you should call it. One of the IPs I love most. Well, shit. I think I left the disc in the other PC. Yes, that I did. Let's see if we can get it out real quick. There should be a little... Hold on, please. I already got it. We still have audio, we should. You guys saw this already in chat. It's actually a really fun situation that was going on with this game and Dune II. They were actually developed at the same time. The Cryo team that made Dune, the game development was cancelled, but they never heard it, so they kept working on it, and they actually finished the game. So Virgin got to release it after all. Wow, you got a super drive. Excellent for animations. Let's see if we get audio working right away. No, it cut out again. Yeah, there we go. So this is an entire different team, an entire different development studio. That's why Dune II is actually called.
In these times of the future, man has explored many worlds, traveling through space by the use of the spice.
Click it through. Yeah, I need to.
Spice is the most precious substance. It can be found only on one planet in the whole universe. That planet is Arrakis.
I don't think I've ever played the CD version of this. I think I only played the floppy version.
It's a dry, desolate planet with vast
deserts. Doesn't have any voice acting.
There's never a drop of rain on Dune. You are Paul Atreides, son of Duke Leto Atreides.
This game, while it appears to give you a lot of freedom, it actually doesn't really.
The Harkonnens, longtime enemies of your family, have come on Dune to control the spice production.
You have and you have to make sure you actually win the game.
But the Emperor of the Universe has just allowed you and the Atreides family to go on Dune II.
No, this is Dune 1, not Dune
You are determined to use this opportunity to drive the Harkonnens out of Dune with the help of the few natives.
Taking a lot of shortcuts in the story here, but oh, well. I've read all the books.
The story begins
well, it's one of my favorite
as
book
you've
series,
just arrived on
along
Dune,
with Discworld.
in an empty palace located at a
David Eddings
safe
books.
distance from the Harkonnen fortresses.
Let me show you one thing real quick, which is this game has language settings. Well, fair enough for that. Text, but there's also Fremen. Yeah, good luck with that. Stick to oh, we don't select any.
I am the Duke Leto Atreides, your father. My son, we must mine the spice as soon as possible, or the Emperor will recall us from Dune. We've spotted 3 troops of Fremen around the palace, and I've sent Gurney Halleck to meet them. He's not returned yet. Go there and see what's keeping Gurney.
I'm your mother, Jessica. The Duke has sent Gurney Halleck to Carthag Tuek. Go outside, take an Orni, and fly there. Hurry up, my son. I sense danger.
Wasn't a really high budget voice acting gig, I guess. Outside! Without a still suit, even.
Select destination on map.
Wow, even those are... Eventually you get to ride worms as well. Let's go skip and talk to some.
We've heard of you. You are the son of the Atreides Duke.
There's
and
so
of
much
Jessica, the...
echo and reverb everywhere.
Could he be the one? Maybe. We Fremen are the original inhabitants of Dune.
What?
We've adapted our way of life to the desert. We Fremen are the...
Yes, I agree to let my troops work for you. Yes,
what?
I agree to let my troops work for you. My troop is awaiting your orders. May I show you the characteristics of my troop? We are awaiting your order. Let me show you the statistics. My troop is awaiting your orders. We know a little about spice mining. We are doing spice mining.
Right. Enough of that. I am done with streaming for today. Actually, thanks a lot for being here, hanging out. I need a drink, I need to eat something, and I need to get ready for bed after a little gaming session of my own, I guess. Maybe play some more of the next test demos I have lined up. Thanks for being here, The Face. Thanks, Raz. Thanks, Strider. Good to have you all here. We built another system, so yeah, I'm happy. Played some games. Showed off some of the old games. And we'll probably be doing some more TIE Fighter next, because I really need to get that going again. You too, mate. I hope work leaves you alone for the time being. So, see you guys around. Goodbye.